He stood before everyone, the man who once swore he was my partner, raising his glass with a smug grin as he announced his new beginning. I didn't flinch. I smiled, not out of affection, but because I had been waiting for this exact moment. My voice was calm, cutting through the air like a blade. "Congratulations on your honesty," I told him, handing over an envelope. He tore it open with careless arrogance, still convinced of his control, and then his expression collapsed. He started screaming. But to understand that moment, you have to go back. When I first met Daniel, he was everything I thought I wanted. Charming, protective, magnetic. He had a way of making me feel like I was the only person in the room. We built a home, a family, a life I believed would last. For years, I trusted in the love I thought we shared. But love can be blinding, and I ignored the shadows forming in the corners. The first signs came quietly. Nights at the office stretched later and later. Then came the expensive cologne I'd never smelled before, lingering on his clothes. He avoided my eyes when I asked simple questions. I told myself I was imagining things. I clung to the belief that loyalty still meant something to him. But lies have a way of leaving trails. One night, while he was in the shower, his phone lit up. A message appeared on the screen. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." I didn't cry, didn't scream. I simply memorized it, placed the phone back down, and let something inside me turn cold. That was the night I stopped being his wife and became his executioner. I moved carefully. I traced his accounts, followed the transfers, uncovered the hotels, the dinners, the jewelry. Thousands spent on someone else. His mistress, someone who had once sat at my table, laughing with my friends, acting sweet and harmless. She thought her disguise was perfect. But I don't strike without preparation. I study. I wait. The first step was a lawyer. Quietly, I secured every asset, every account, every property under my control before he even suspected. The second step was gathering proof, messages, receipts, photos, all neatly tied together, undeniable. The third step was timing. Daniel loved an audience. He wanted a stage, wanted to humiliate me so he could play the role of a tragic hero. So I gave him the perfect one, our daughter's graduation. The room was full. Family, friends, even her, sitting there with that smug silence, convinced she had won. Daniel tapped his glass, commanding attention, and declared with grand theatrics, "I've decided to start a new life without you." Gasps filled the room. He thought I would shatter. Instead, I smiled and handed him the envelope. He ripped it open, expecting tears or a desperate plea. What he found instead were the signed divorce papers already filed. Attached was proof of his affair, the financial records, the photographs, and the prenup he conveniently forgot existed, the one that ensured he walked away with nothing if he betrayed me. His arrogance dissolved into panic. His voice broke as he tried to deny it, but the evidence shouted louder than his words. His mistress slipped out quietly, her face pale, leaving him alone in disgrace. I stood silent, steady, watching him unravel. For years, I had given him loyalty and devotion. That night, I gave him truth. He called my name, begging, cursing, pleading, but I was already walking away. Not shattered, not defeated. Free. Later, people asked how I remained so calm, how I didn't lose myself in the storm. The truth is, rage consumes like wildfire, but strategy is control burn. And control burn save what matters most. I didn't need to scream. I didn't need to fight. I needed patience, precision, and the perfect moment. That night, he lost everything. His reputation, his finances, his family, his carefully crafted mask. And I gained freedom, dignity, and my daughter's respect. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. It's about forcing them to face the reflection they've avoided their whole life. So when he screamed in that crowded room, it wasn't my voice that haunted him. It was his own, and I'll never forget the sound.